Anyway, today was a very remarkable day, and I decided to rip up the speech I hadn't written. And basically, she gave me a look today, and I thought, Chris, after all these years, you've cracked it. It's the first time she ever looked at me in the same way as she gazed at Jamie Oliver during the
Never.
You are babies. And you know, there might be some chances on this honeymoon, who knows? 17 years of courting, you know, and this could be it. Excellent. So, I scrubbed the speech, I scrubbed the restrictions, and with that loving look, I'm going to launch into long histories, long stories. Okay, well, we've got the longest time.
For 7 minutes, Chris, for 7 minutes.
Yeah. What's your bet? What's your bet?
Can we have a frosty story, please? Sit down.
Anyway,
Keep it going, Dad. Keep it going.
this relationship has been all about milestones. And right from the start, you could guess that this relationship was going to take some time. The very, very first time I met her, she told me I had a funny accent, which is probably true. And she also said, because of my sartorial elegance, may I say, that I was...
Sartorial elegance?
Yeah. Well dressed, everything else, but I was gay. I was a gay South African. And I was quite happy with that tag. I got no problem.
Absolutely perfect, actually.
Yeah. Who knows?
I had no problem. Unfortunately, to actually seduce Cheryl and bring her up the aisle, wasn't a problem. But I thought, well, never mind. I'll go along with whatever she wants to call me. I don't mind. And then, obviously, in the evening, try to get amorous. And I was quickly repelled with a very sharp hairbrush. I went into work the next day, and the first comment I had from one of my biggest customers, at Second Image, was, had I been sleeping with a hedgehog? The whole of my forehead was covered in spiky points and everything else. So right from the start, you could tell I was on a very, very long courtship. The first party I went to, I was introduced as the cabbie, as you've heard from me. I wasn't allowed to pick her up to 10 o'clock. She locked me immediately into a kitchen where I met her friends like Susanna and everybody else actually in this room. And you know, it was fantastic because I grew out of a nice friend she had. She was outside chatting up the rowing team. I could tell that, you know, again, the competition was there. That was the first party. Things got even worse. The first meal we had together. Well, I took her to a really slick cafe full of Parisian guys in nice tight trousers. I thought this will get her in the mood. Beautiful white tablecloths and everything else. They were a bit long bringing the food. So she brought out a British Rail sandwich, put it up there and started munching. Apparently this was the test, but if I had said put that away, I was a boring old fart, which I probably am. But since I didn't and laughed, I passed the test and we could move on to the next stage. This is really the progress that was made in the first months. And it was downhill all the way. It's been a repetition of this all the way through, and came to our engagement. And the only way I could ever get her to get a ring on her finger was by fooling her, because she had this one-liner was, but okay, it's all right for you to ask me to marry you, but where's the ring? So we set up this arrangement by which someone would say, oh yeah, but she's not your missus, and she would say that, and I produced the ring. I got a right bollocking, because after all the years of her saying she wanted nothing slushy, nothing romantic or anything else like that, I tricked her into a situation where she had to say yes. And that's the reason we're here today.
Thank God! Thank God!
had 17 years. I have to say, 17 years of the best fun I've ever had in my life. Put the British rail sandwich on the table, and leaves it in front of you. You've got to love her. She looks absolutely wonderful today.
Yeah.
I'm so proud to be her husband.
Well done, Daddy. About time.
And all I hope is the next 17 years are as much fun, if I last that long.
We've got
But
an
basically
insurance
that we've just
policy.
had. It's absolutely been a ball, and thank you so much for that. You couldn't have a better friend. She supported me through all the hard times, and we've had some good times as well, haven't we? So basically, thank you so much for that, Cheryl. And I'd like to just sum up my speech by quoting a couple of lines, you know, from the other man in our life, Mr. Morrissey.
I haven't known I'm miserable now.
I'd like to say that may our marriage be the light that never goes out. And to be by your side, the pleasure and privilege is mine. Can I toast the bride?
Well done, Daddy.